Looks like we are live. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. I'm your boy Narik Chase, and in this one, this is going to be episode 165. Thank you, of the Breaker Debates, and it's going to be kind of a weird episode because Madam B's not going to be joining me. Ken might be here. I'm not sure. Uh, but I'm not really sure if he's going to be here on time. So it's just going to be me just throwing out a bunch of ideas. It's going to be like a really extensive version of Streamline if I can come up with that many ideas. But hey, I got a whole bunch of ideas uh, that I'm talking. I want to talk about. First, there's an idea that I have. I know, along with all of the different playlists that I have, Break the Bay, Streamline, casting choices, character ranker, movie reviews, TV show reviews. Um, Head to head, a closer look, along with all of those that I have, I've actually came up with another interesting idea that I kind of want to pursue, and top 10 lists and stuff like that. But there's another thing that I want to try out, and it's helped me organize my ideas for other ideas that I have, like going on to the website. So it helps organize that too. And I want to call it Year of. Now, I'm not sure. I think I did actually bring it up one time in one of the videos, it's like an update or something, but this is something else that I want to kind of pursue because there's a lot of stuff out there. There's a lot of stuff out there. And let me tell you what the year of playlist will consist of. Year of is basically I pick a year because we've done a couple of videos, best movies of like this year, something like that. Best actors to this year, best video games to this year. That's basically what year of is. We pick a year, we pick a topic of that year, and we discuss it. Now there's a lot, and by that logic, there's a lot of room to do that. On the website, I went back as far as 87. I keep records and stuff. 87 when I was born. So I'm like from 87 on up, that's where I'm doing it on the website and stuff like that. But as far as this concern, I'm not sure. Maybe I would do that. But anyway, the year of series is basically that. Say year of 1997. Action movies. We pick all the action movies from 97. 2000, we pick the sci-fi movies. 2015, video games. Going back to the 80, say 1989 or something like that. We're going to like, I don't know, thrillers, and it's deeper than that. Best characters of that year, best villains, best female film fatales, you know, uh, the best fight sequences, the best action sequences of that year, the funniest comedies of that year. That's basically what the year of playlist is going to consist of. Now, I'm not sure when I'm going to start that. As y'all know, I work two jobs. I'm already doing the website. I'm working on songs. In fact, I'm working on another DC's comic songs. I still kind of need to touch up on the one that I put on there, but another DC comic song, Final Fantasy VII, Resident Evil, in fact, Final Fantasy X as well. I got two Marvel ones over here, two more Naruto ones that I'm working on. No, it's three actually, and I'm almost done. I've published two of them, but I still got some kinks to work out before I decide I'm gonna upload them. So I gotta get those tightened up, and y'all stay tuned for those. I hope y'all really enjoy those. But these Marvel Comics ones I'm finishing up is I got a lot in my head and stuff. So, with the website and hell, I'm working on the books too. So the year of is something that I want to kind of utilize in the future. And and I know it's supposed to be doing a video every freaking day, but I'm trying to work that out as well because we're not doing videos. I am working on the website. I am organizing the stuff. I am working on the music and all that. So there's a lot of stuff that's going on, but this is a business. I'm trying to grow it. I'm trying to build my product and my fan base, and wish y'all, I thank you for this patience and understanding. So without further ado, let's get on into this video. Now I really don't have one specific topic, but I do want to talk about some of the things that I've been thinking about. Look, I did a video reviewing. Um, Sorry, I'm writing down my ideas that I'm gonna categorize later on. But anyways, I watched the movie Venom, and I did a review for it. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. I actually liked the movie. I thought it was a lot that the movie did. Now, I'm not gonna do head to head because I do want to do a head to head of the two Venoms. live action Venoms, and I do want to do a character ranker for each one as well. So there's a lot that goes on that's going on behind this. But I have to say, I really enjoyed the movie. Does it work as a standalone, like Spider-Man-ish movie? I think so. Would I want to see Spider-Man in the next movie, or would I want to see any connection of Spider-Man in future projects with this? I'm not sure, especially with the way Disney's, kind of monopolizing and kind of grabbing all these licenses and sucking them all into one. I mean, and they do own Spider-Man in it, of course. But like, would I really want to see a story told by Venom and kind of introduce Spider-Man? I kind of want to, but I don't want the Peter Parker Spider-Man. I would want to see someone else, not Miles Morales either. What's the other guy? The guy that was like the clone. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I wouldn't mind like that guy probably, but just giving on my thing about Venom and kind of like the influence I think it has. I think it was actually a really good movie. I think it had a really that's Ken. Let me go ahead and let them know. Shooting now. Let me know when. Okay. So anyways, I really enjoyed the movie mainly because it was a great mixture of like dark humor, this like violence and dark humor, and I think that's the next evolution of where a lot of the movies should be going. Now, this is one problem I do have with this because it kind of goes back to the DCEU, but I'm not going to linger on that too much. Why is it that the DCEU gets all this flack for being violent and dark, but then you have a movie like Deadpool come out? It's dark, it's violent and dark. Yes, there's humor in it, but it's still people die and stuff like that. And it was a big issue with DC, but for some reason Deadpool can get away with it. Some reason now Venom can get away with it. I never really liked that, but I will say that the dark humor and the violence does suit the character, and I think this is a bit more of a well-rounded character. It's very interesting. I really enjoyed the movie, and like I said, Tom Hardy isn't the ideal candidate for Eddie Brock, but I think he did a really good job with the character, and I found that he was a very convincing Eddie Brock to me. I really like the kind of the relationship that's built up between the two characters in the film as well. And I am interested to see where they will go. And I'm not hoping that this is going to be like a one-off movie. I'm really not, because if you think about it, movies like this always tend to somewhat be a one-off because the original idea of it as the first time it works. Kind of like Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman was a huge success. Now the question is the sequel going to be just as good? So I'm all interested in seeing how the evolution of Venom is, and also I'm not. I know Venom; he's one of my favorite characters, but I don't know much of his story arcs and stuff. So where are we going to go with the next film? As far as is it going to be symbiote invasion? Is it going to be featuring Spider-Man? I mean, of course they've kind of introduced Carnage. That doesn't necessarily mean Carnage is going to be in the movie, but they did introduce Carnage in this universe. They introduced that there are other symbiotes. They introduced, like I said, there's Carnage. Are they going to have like the other symbiote, like Toxin and Ravage was in the first one too, but Toxin is stuff like that. So I'm interested to see the idea of the Venom film, and like I said, I love it as a project as a whole because I think they did a great job, especially giving us depth to the character of the symbiote itself. Found the symbiote actually had a really good amount of personality, and I need to actually go back and see who voiced this. In fact, I'm going to look that up now because Venom 2018. I want to see who voiced him. I think that person did a great job. I don't even think I recognize the voice performances in the. No, not Ravage. Riot. Riot was a bad guy. Sorry. So who voices him? Um, I don't see where it say who voices him. See, the talking about the She Venom. I think that would kind of be interesting, but I think they'd be kind of rushing it. So who? Oh, Eddie. Oh, Tom Hardy voices. No, does he? I I don't know. I don't know who actually voices the actual character. Maybe it is Tom Hardy, but I think it was actually done exceptionally well. But anyways, Topher Grace. Um, yeah, so I'm just reading this where it was saying Grace was intended to only briefly. Topher Grace was intended to only briefly appear as Brock, but became a major villain as both Brock and Venom because producer Avid whether it felt the series had relied too much on director Sam Raimi's personal favorite Spider-Man villains and not characters that modern fans were actually interested in. What are you talking about? This guy actually got a lot of people interested in the Green Goblin as well as Doc Ock because I didn't give a shit about neither one of those characters before then. Venom was the one that I wanted to see. So, Mr. Arad, you are a fucking dumbass for that poor decision that you see. Raimi had been hesitant to explore the character due to his lack of humanity. And Rami was right on that. There was no reason for him to be in that movie. Even though I do like that version of Venom. I don't care what nobody says. I do like that version of Venom. I think it's pretty badass. And and another thing too, I was no, you know what? I'll save that for another video because there's so much to do. Now, I was just playing Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and I gotta say I freaking enjoyed the game. I really, really fucking enjoyed. Those Mayan guys are just some dicks, man. The game is I've liked look I've kind of had like this decent thing with Tomb Raider when the older games were out, like for the first PlayStation stuff. I played it, but I didn't play it too much. Really, I got into the films. I thought the films were okay, but could have been better. But it isn't until they rebooted in 2013 that I actually like. Okay, I love this franchise now, and the depth of the characters, the interesting story, just the freaking beautiful graphics, the visual effects, art direction, just all of that is just freaking amazing. The first game blew me away. I really enjoyed it. The mechanics were just fucking awesome. That's just the game just totally just turned it around for me when it comes to the whole Tomb Raider franchise. I really enjoyed it. Now, on the other side of this, of course, they had Rise of the Tomb Raider. They did a great job with different location, more like one of the things that they decided to implement are like side missions with the various characters, more exploration, being able to fight animals like tigers and bears and shit. Like those right there are freaking awesome. That right there was like one of the best additions, like the legendary creatures, wolves, like the wilderness feels more abundant, more lively, more of a determining factor, whether it's like success and exploration as well as combat. So there was a lot that they introduced. Even the combat mechanics were beefed up a bit. I really appreciated that as well. And the story felt a little bit more personal, and I thought that was really good. And Shadow of the Tomb Raider was announced, and I was like, yes, they come out with a third one. I believe this is like the final installment in this version of Lara Croft. But I do wish they would go back later on and kind of reboot it and kind of jump back to the older Lara Croft, but with these beefed up like this. So, but we'll see how they're going to go with the next Tomb Raider game. If they decide they want to continue with it, which I highly doubt they're not going to stop. I don't think they should stop. But anyway, so I'm playing Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and this time around, Laura's to save the world from an apocalypse, and it goes into like the Mayan mythology, and the jungle locations are just fucking amazing. Just one of the best things about this. There's a lot to like about this game, and just looking at just the jungle environment, the cliffs, the mountains, the caves, the water just cascading down the waterfall, the beautiful water that just shimmies, and it's just all inspiring. It's breathtaking in a lot of aspects. I find a lot of my time just looking and marveling at what I'm seeing, and I appreciate the story too, because I want to see how it ends with Trinity. I want to see And hopefully it does go into. I hope it does go into motivations and kind of what Trinity actually is behind the scenes. There is the interesting bad guy, but I haven't really. But the game hadn't really got into him like that. So not because think about it, in the first one, you kind of had that weird Matthias guy. I think the guy's named Matthias who was leading the that group. And I would have liked a little bit more like reasons for his motivations a little bit. Yes, he was stuck on the island, but I want to see a bit more of his motivations, or but just surrounding his personality a little bit. As far as the second game, there was the woman. I think was it an auntie? I think I'm not sure. It was an auntie and that dude, that general guy, who's like the asshole. But I really sympathize with those characters. Yes, they're ruthless. Yes, they gotten people killed. You know what I'm saying? They work for this organization that kills people and that's ruthless and all of this stuff. But I really enjoyed seeing their dynamic and where their motivations partially stem from. So I think that was good. So I'm actually hoping that this guy, can't remember his freaking name. I wish they'd do a little bit more about who he is. So I'm hoping that they do explore that a little bit more, as well as Trinity, perhaps how it was started. Maybe that was explored in other games, but I don't remember it. And I do need to read the comics. I think there is a series that bridges the comics from Rise of Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, because I started reading the ones from the regular Tomb Raider to Rise of the Tomb Raider. Really good, and it shows you just how deep Laura and her friends are with this whole thing with Trinity. And I wanted to see that black chick return because she was one of my favorite characters. She knocked that dude out in the bar. She knocked the hell out that one dude, knocked his ass out. I was lit. Um, or was that? Yeah, I don't know. She knocked somebody out, and I think at a restaurant, and knocked somebody out in the bar. She was cool. I wanted to see her character come back, but I can understand why they didn't bring her back. But I do like the fact that Jonah's in it, and it does explore their relationship a little bit more as well. So, but I have to say that I've really enjoyed Shadow of the Tomb Raider. The combat mechanics are awesome. The the stealth, smearing the mud on her, and just the kills and stuff. Animal fights are just brutal and badass. I just love that they taking this character, thrown her into this crazy world, and just taking everything to the next level. So I'm really hoping to see what they're gonna. I want to see what they're gonna do with this. I really want to see what they're gonna do with this. If they decide that they want to go in a direction again of another Tomb Raider game. So that there's a lot to say about that. Now, I know I talked about a little bit of the Avengers Endgame, and I don't really want to really jump into that like that because I say what I want to say. Just sold out down here, so I'm not gonna be able to see it for like a week. It feels like, but I'm okay. I'm patient, and I haven't looked up any videos. I haven't looked at any posts. I haven't looked up at anything, the theories, fan, nothing, because I do want to make sure that I want to go into this movie with fresh eyes, not knowing what's going to happen. I ain't seen damn near none of the trailers. I'll just keep it real with just being like, just going to it just fresh, just straight up fresh. Um, for those who haven't heard, I was watching one of my favorite all-time series is The Dresden Files, and it's the main protagonist Harry Dresden is uh, played by Paul Blackthorne. He's known for playing the cop, the main cop guy, the head cop guy in Arrow. Not really sure what else he's played in, but and I got the first season because it's only been one season. I feel like it's complete BS that unfortunately that series got canceled. So I'm talking about it now. I don't want to talk about and I've actually had listened to the audio on one of the books, and I kind of want to draw comparisons. But then again, that if I do that, I know there's going to be like casting choices and episodes of character rankings. So I'm worried about that. But anyways, I want to know, like, should they reboot that? Me personally, I think Paul Blackthorne did a fantastic job as Terry Dresden. He was actually a pretty cool character, and maybe men doing magic and stuff isn't like the best. I don't know because if you think about Constantine, the show Constantine, that he's a man that does magic, and he went on for like one season, and his stuff got canceled. So But I wish Harry the Dresden Files would kind of come back. Somebody pick it up on like Netflix or something, make a continuation, or just reboot it. Because I mean, I love the I really do like the incarnation of the characters in the series. I think they're fucking awesome. The dude that plays Morgan, I can't remember his name. Dude was awesome. The Penelope, I think I forgot what her last. I think that's what her name was. The one that played the cop lady, she was pretty good. The guy that played Bob was really good. So I just really loved the. I just really liked everything about it. I thought it was an interesting story, and I like seeing like supernatural stuff existing in the real world. And one of the things that I like about it is the fact that when they did implement it into it, it isn't like he's an obvious wizard. When I listen to the audio book, it's like, okay, he has to wear this like wide brim hat and he has to wear this like trench coat thing or whatever. And I'm like, that's kind of stupid. I've never liked that. I was like, come on, man. That's like the 21st century. You shouldn't at this point. You don't need to wear that stuff. You know what I'm saying, just makes you stand out. And I guess maybe he's doesn't care or whatever, but I think I've always thought it was stupid. I'm like, if you're gonna introduce magic in the modern times, still be like modern about it. Kind of like when I watch Harry Potter. Harry Potter is fairly, is modern. So it's like, even though the people have magic and stuff, they would still play like Game Boys and stuff like that. They would still play Nintendo or something like that. They would still have Xboxes. They would have like that stuff. And a lot of time when you're watching Harry Potter, you feel like it's in a different world. And maybe the time period's a little bit different. It's maybe not so much in like the 2000s. Not sure what the year of time period of time that it's actually fully established in. I do know like the Fantastic Beast takes place like what 50 years before Harry Potter, and that's like not 50. I think it is like 50 years before Harry Potter, and that's in like it feels like the 1950s, so it should be like in the 2000s, but it doesn't feel Harry Potter really doesn't feel like it's in a modern time. Now I understand the whole wizarding world with magic and stuff is a different world in itself compared to the regular world, but if you think about like, okay, if you say like people that are full bloods or whatever didn't do it, but muggles that deal with regular people they did it, then I understand. There wouldn't be. I don't think there wouldn't be a case like of like Hermione. I think Hermione is, yeah, Hermione's half witch or whatever she is, but she would come up now like a Game Boy. But she's like a nerdy type character, so and she's like books and all that stuff. So maybe not a Game Boy, but maybe she popped out with a Goosebump book or something. I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, that's one thing I liked about the Dresses Files is because that in that series he felt more modern. The dude wore modern clothing. He didn't look like a wizard except when he had to do wizardry stuff. So I really enjoyed that. The dynamic between him and Bob, I really liked as well. It isn't simply that Bob is just his mentor. There's definitely a sense that he's his friend. In the book that I read, which was the first one, I think it was Stormfront, which I'm interested to see kind of what the evolution of the character later on throughout the series. I think it's like 12 or 13 books. Maybe it's more than that. I don't know. But Dresden is one of my favorite characters as far as like wizards, magical characters in like TV. So I really like his character, and I can see that character and one thing I like about watching the live action before watching the book. Before reading the book is because live action can give you a blueprint of what characters would potentially look like, and I did like that. But anyways, and Bianca, I liked Bianca, the vampire chick that owned the club. She was really badass. Threw me for a loop in the book though, because she was something else in the damn book. I was like, damn, like, can she just be Miss Sexy and this pale and sexy? For those who don't know, I like the gothic chicks, the pale skin, dark hair, red lipstick, vampire thing turns me on. It's just my thing. I don't know. That's why I like Celine from Underworld. I think she's like fucking hot as hell. But then again, half the people in America that watch that movie, in fact, more than half think she's pretty hot. But anyways, so Dresden Files was a really interesting take on having like supernatural elements with like police stuff. And one of the reasons, a few of the reasons why I regret that they canceled the show was I wanted to get into the cop's life a little bit more. I know you learn she has a daughter by the end of the season, but you don't really know. a lot about her. I mean, she has a father, of course, and the father is this hooked up cop, and he like my laptop. So I wanted to learn a little bit more, and I actually wanted to see a bit more of an evolution of their relationship because by the end you kind of see that there is like a romance between her and him, and I really enjoyed that. And also with the character Morgan in the book, the dude was a dick. I'm sorry. Look, I understand you don't like him, but it was like he didn't like Harry to the point of being unreasonable. And even in the series, he's kind of like that, but he's not as big of an asshole. He does see reason. There's a lot of times Harry, they have to work together because there are bigger threats. There are some threats that are going on. Harry can't take it on by himself. Morgan can't take it on by himself. So why not have these two? But I like the dynamic between them better in the show because it was more of this mutual respect. Now, like I said, I haven't read all of the books in the Justified, just that one book, and I want to see if that relationship kind of evolves over time in the book. But as far as the series is going, I really enjoyed the series. So if there anybody, Amazon Prime, Hulu, Crunchyroll, I'm not sure if Crunchyroll is actually live action. It might actually be like anime, but I wouldn't care. Netflix, if any one of these decided they wanted to pick this show up and definitely do a reboot or a continuation about and recast everybody, I would definitely go with it. I would definitely go with it. Because like I said, I like seeing stuff like that because it makes sense. I like to see some stuff like with Charmed and everything. Charm was modern. I like that. Buffy the Vampire Slayer was modern. I like that. Shows where they're dealing with supernatural forces and possibly having to deal with like cops or having interaction with cops and stuff like that. I like because I like the modern feel of it because it's I don't like I said, I don't like watching a supernatural show and this guy's sitting here walking around with like a cloak on. I'm like, that's fucking stupid. That's why I don't like watching these Dracula movies most of the time because you're in a different era. You might try to blend in. You're probably going to try to blend in. And you watch these Dracula movies. This guy woke up after like 200 years, and maybe the first day or two you change your attire, but it's like you wouldn't change your attire, but then after a while you're like, okay, I need to kind of fit in. It's like do that. That makes sense. But like I said, Dresden Files is it's criminal that the show actually got canceled. And I feel like personally, if it was showing nowadays and would have got canceled, one of these other series, one of these other streaming services would have picked it up. But sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. So I'm looking. I had a list of stuff here, but I I hate the damn Office. I don't like the Office. Girl sitting here watching the Office all the damn time, and I don't like the Office anymore. Gosh, they were talking about continuing it or rebooting it or something like that, and I'm like, nah, they shouldn't. They shouldn't have to. They shouldn't do that at all. That's a bad idea on nearly every level. Okay, so check this out. I was reading some comics. One of my favorite ones is Dog Witch. Let me pull it out. For those who don't know, Dog Witch, she's this crazy, psychotic witch. She's like a cross between Tank Girl, Harley Quinn, and Zatanna, pretty much. She's sex crazed. She's casting spells. She's drunk. She's addicted to her spell casting and having sex all the freaking time. She's got this messed up teddy bear and this talking teddy bear and this messed up looking dog that's her friends. She records porn. She records news. Summons demons, have sex with them. Just crazy stuff. And I was thinking, like, should they actually like make a movie of this, or should this be like a television series? Like, would this make for a good movie or a television series? I'm not sure. I think that it is good, but it's pretty She does have depth to her. Just and like I said, her casting spells feels like the Zatanna. That whole casting spells thing reminds me of Zatanna, and but she's got her personality does feel more like a mixture between Tank Girl and Harley Quinn. So you do like her character, you really do. And I'm thinking like who in like who like if there was a movie like who could direct a movie like that? Now I know on the website narrativechase.com, go check it out. I did casting calls for. I think I did 2 casting choice posts for it. Go check those out. Um, but I don't know. I don't know. Would they, with a character like this, would they allow us? Would she be able to be made into a movie? I mean, fuck, we had 50 Shades of Grey come out with a full freaking series, and you see naked bodies in there all the time, actually having not actually having sex, but having sex. Should like, what is this? And it's like stuff like this. She's, you know what I'm saying? There's violence in it too. Dude got melted and everything. I think that was it. Yeah, the guy was a killer and he tried to come in there and kill her, and then she killed him, but somehow he didn't die. And then she was it acid that she threw on him? Holy water. Yeah, she threw holy water on him and he melted. So there's a lot of interesting. Pick on Mr. Kinky. I really enjoyed his character. I really enjoyed his character. So I do need to finish reading this series because I think it was actually really interesting and it was really funny, especially with all the stuff that they got going on in it. So I'm going to go ahead and let that die out for now. Not die out. Trying to, like I said, I got my notes and stuff every freaking where, so it's kind of hard for me to keep up with some of the things that I wanted to talk about because I'm so disorganized. Yeah, I guess Ken might not be joining me today. Just text me and let me know that he made it. I think he's at the house, but I can't. You know what I'm saying? He got his own life and stuff. But I did say I was going to get on here and I was going to stream no matter what. I want to do a head-to-head too because let you guys know what the head is going to be, and the head-to-head is going to feature. Is this him? All right, let me try to go ahead and get him in on this. We might actually be talking about the last video he wanted to make was videos that the movies that were confirmed Marvel that were coming out. So we go ahead and probably jump on that. Let me go ahead and see if I can get him in on this. Yeah, I know I'll be disorganized all the freaking time. Let's see. Plus, another problem that we're having getting together has to do with the way Google has been going on with. Okay, here you go. I'm about to say. Well, what happened with the Google Chrome? How they got rid of the Google Chrome, and that's been kind of a problem for me and him as far as like emailing each other and stuff like that. Let's see. Um, all right, I sent the message to him. Okay, so the Google Chrome has changed up the things. They got rid of the Google, whatever it was, Hangouts. They got rid of the Google Hangouts. So that was like my direct thing towards inviting them into the video so we can talk. Unfortunately, they got rid of it. So we got around that, of course. And I've been actually working the last like 2 Thursdays, it seems like, and so I wouldn't. Me and him ain't been able to get my beard and stuff is all in. I need to shave that beard. I would just beard is always just going on in your mouth. And I don't know what the freak I was talking about a minute ago. But we'll see if he gets it up in here. Let me see. See, like right here, I'm doing top 10 metal users. And but as for now, meta users is just going to be like across the board. See, I do when I on my website, and I guess I'll go ahead and talk about this too. Where website I have this thing where it's like magic users, ice users, fire users, and stuff like that. And I do a top 10 list for movies, games, television, and books. And then I do like a general one. So if I say like Magneto is a metal user, which is what I'm working on now, see, you got Magneto, Mercury, Colossus, Gajeel, and Lin Beifong from Legend of Korra. They use metal to different varying degrees. So, and what I want to do kind of also is do that in the video. Like, who is our favorite fire users in movies? Who are our favorite lightning users and stuff like that. So, it seems like I'm rambling, but I'm not. Oh, I do want to say this. I was watching, what was the girl, not the girl that who kicked the hornet's nest. What's the last movie? Let me look that up right quick. Not the girl who played with fire. Not the girl who fell from the sky. Nobody talking about that. Get that off here. That ain't what I'm looking for. Keep the hornet's nest. I need to read this series. The Girl in the Spider's Web. Is that the one with the movie? Ooh. Well, again, Ken is doing that. Okay, I watched the movie The Girl in the Spider's Web. I watched all of the movies so far. And I got to say, I really enjoyed that freaking movie. I liked it. Now, I know the commercial kind of built it up to be this big action thriller. And there are some good action moments in it that I really enjoyed. But I know I can't say there's some elements of the story that do feel like they're missing or are not or aren't elaborated enough on. I can admit that. I can admit that, and I have to admit too that I have not read the book, so I'm only judging from the feelings that I've got from the four movies preceding this. But I had to say I really enjoyed this movie. Like this is the movie I'm actually going to go put it on DVD. This is not like a review. I'm just talking about it. What are the things that I liked about it? First, I actually did like the performances. I thought the performances were really cool. I got really engaged for the character of Salander. I'm messing up her name. Elizabeth Salander, who I've actually dubbed as one of my favorite film protagonists. What I've got from Rooney Mara, what I've got from what's that other lady name? I can't remember her freaking name. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm like losing who these characters who's playing thing, which is weird. Rooney Mara and I can't remember the other chick's name. I really enjoyed their performances, but I have to say Clara Foy did a fantastic job with the character. My biggest thing, I'm sorry, like girls like that, the little tough tomboyish gothic chicks, I like those too. I'm weird like that. I have to say that she was hot. The whole movie, not only did she give a good performance as the character, as I've seen the other two performances of the character portrayed as, but she was freaking hot. Like I was like, this woman is sexy as hell. And she gives a really good performance. And the character she plays is really cool and likable. Even though at times she could be kind of an asshole. So I really enjoyed that aspect of it. One of the things I wish they could elaborate on a little bit more is kind of like who the bad guy actually is. There is a bad guy, of course. In fact, there's like two bad guys. Let me see if I can resend this to Ken. But I need to get on that as well. And I'm also interested in seeing, do y'all think that they can have like a Girl the Dragon Tattoo like video game, like a story based video game? And I know Telltale's closed and everything, but I gotta ask that question. I have to ask the question because I like interesting ideas, and I like good interesting ideas, and I think that them possibly making like a game would be a really cool and interesting idea. Because you think about it, let me see. Okay, yeah, I was making sure I sent the message out there for to Ken. But anyway, I really enjoyed the movie, and the movie is probably at its best when it focuses on her character. Because, and I know I was talking about the game, but right now, I'll make a video about that later on. But the reason why I like the film so much is because it does show it shows her as a vulnerable character, but it also makes her extremely badass. If you've watched the movie, there was one like there are like four times in this movie where she is like a beast. She is straight up beast. Let's see what it says. Hold on, let me see. Because I'm up here trying to connect with Ken on here, but it's not letting me do it. Let's see. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, I guess right now I had a decent session of things that I want to talk about. I've already talked about a few topics as well as some of the updates to the channel and some interesting ideas that I had going on. I'm going to try to get Ken get on here right now. It's messing up. It's kind of embarrassing, but I wanted to go ahead and talk about a few things. Not everything I want to talk about, especially with all my freaking notes scattered everywhere. But I'm creative and I like chaos. And sometimes that ain't always the best thing. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and try to get Ken on here, and I'll talk to you guys later in the comment section below. Let me know what your thoughts about Venom, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, the Dresden Files, Dog Witch, and a Girl in the Spider's Web. And be sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe, as well as that notification button to get the best of what we got going on in this channel. And we'll catch you guys later.